Hi, I'm Stuart. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back. Thanks for viewing my video. In this video, I give my reading wrap-up for the week of 5/24/2026 through 5/30/2026. I completed 3 books this week, so I'll talk briefly about those 3 books. I read part of another book, so I'll talk briefly about that book. I'll talk about my reading plans for the near future. I'll talk about the videos I released. I'll talk about the video games I'm playing. Talk about the music I listen to, and I'll talk about some other things going on in my life too. The first book I completed was Get Real, Chloe Torres by Crystal Maldonado. In this book there's 3 girls who in middle school were great friends. Chloe, Sienna, and Ramona. But the summer after middle school, before high school, Sienna told them that she was going to go to a elite private high school and that she'd have to concentrate on that. So that broke off the friendship with her. And then Ramona confessed that she had feelings for Chloe, and Chloe felt a little strange about that, so that broke off that friendship. In the summer after their senior year, Chloe runs into Sienna and talks to her, and she also, in the same day, sees Ramona in another location but kind of hides, and that gives her the idea that when they were friends in middle school, they had made a bucket list of things to do. And 2 of those things were to go on a road trip and to see their favorite boy band, Intonation, who had broken up around the same time as the friendship between the 3 girls had broken up. They have reunited for a one-off charity concert in Las Vegas. The girls growing up in Massachusetts. So Chloe gets the idea that she will try to get her friends to go along with her on that trip and hopefully rekindle their friendship. This was a very enjoyable read. It's a 5-star read for me. The second book I completed was Critical Hits, Writers Playing Video Games, edited by J. Robert Lennon and Carmen Machado. I read this as part of a buddy read with Leslie at Bookclubs I. She invited me to be a panelist on a live stream she was doing to talk about this book. I'll talk a little about the live stream later, but this was quite an interesting book as someone who's on and off played video games for the last 30 years. It's kind of hard to talk about a book like this because it's a bunch of essays, but hopefully in the not too distant future I'll do a review for this book, but I rated it 4 stars. A book I started and also completed this week is I Woke Up Dead at the Mall by Judy Sheehan. Sarah is a 16-year-old. Sarah is serving as a bridesmaid, and she, as the title would suggest, wakes up dead at a mall. This book, if you are murdered in New York City, you wake up at the Mall of America, and you have to kind of come to terms with your death so you can move on. There is a additional floor in the Mall of America that the dead inhabit when they're trying to move on. And so Sarah wakes up there, and it's about her efforts to try to come to terms with her death and move on. Quite an interesting book. I rate it 4 stars. And a book I started and read some of is Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. When this book starts, Natsuki is a 11-year-old who lives in Japan. She's not treated very well by her parents or her older sister. She's actually sometimes verbally and physically abused by them. She doesn't feel she belongs. She believes she is a magician, and she is being advised by a plushie from another planet. This book talks a lot about the expectations that are put on Japanese people to conform to a certain standard, which is basically to get married and have kids. A very difficult read for multiple reasons, but I am glad I read it. I rate it 4 stars. As far as my near future plans, they are to finish Earthlings. They are to start and read as much as possible of Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. I know I've said that for the past several weeks, but I do want to at least start it this week. And I should say, Parable of the Sower is the May read for the Horror Literari Book Club, a book club created and moderated by Jen at Horror Literari. Earthlings was the May read for Weird Girls, Weirder Books, moderated by Lori, a Fable Book Club. I do not know her YouTube name, but she's a person I got to know on the Witchwood Coven Discord, the Discord of Steph at Fallen to Steph. And the June read for that book club is Julie Chan is Dead by Leanne Zhang. So that's a book that I want to start soon. I want to get back reading books for another Fable book. I want to get back reading books for another Fable book club. I'm with the Band, moderated by MJ. Reading This Life at M-J on YouTube. The June read is of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. I really liked The Grapes of Wrath, so we'll see what I think of Mice and Men. Get Real Chloe Torres by Crystal Maldonado and I Woke Up Dead at the Mall by Judy Sheehan were books I read for Pocopiathon, a readathon created and moderated by Steph at Fallen to Steph. So my near plans are to complete Earthlings, to start Parable of the Sower, to start Julie Chang is Dead, to start Of Mice and Men. As I said, I took part in a live stream discussion of Critical Hits, Writers Playing Video Games, which was hosted by Leslie at Bookers and Purrs, and she invited me to be her guest panelist. Quite an interesting discussion. She is reading that book as part of a long project to read books that she thinks various characters in the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice would read. This particular book was one of the books that she thought Armand would read. And the reason she thought that is he always has an iPad, so he would be up on technology. It was quite an interesting discussion about the book, and I always get new things out of these discussions, and I think I was able to add a good slant on it because I have on and off through the last 30 years played a fair amount of video games. I will put the link to that live stream in the description of this video in case you'd like to watch it. As far as videos I released Reading Update for the week ending 5/23/2026, the quarter and chapter tag, and the Ray Bradbury book tag. As far as my near plans, I do have a couple of book reviews I want to film videos for. I've already reviewed them in Storygraph and Fable, so those serve as the basis for my video reviews. I did not work on any Woobles this week. As I keep saying, I want to get back more working on Woobles. Just a matter of having the discipline to make Woobles a priority again, and it's not because I don't like them. I still love doing them. As far as the video games I'm playing, I continue to play Tamagotchi Life and Wildflowers. In Tamagotchi Life, my second couple had a child. Second child, born in the island, the 18th me. The first child, I chose the gender and I chose her to be like her mother. For this child, I decided to let the game choose, and it appears what they did is they made a mix of both their parents, which is actually what occurs in life. And the only thing I selected for this one was that, and the child's name is Harpreet, and he was a boy. And like the first child, he grew to adulthood in like 5 minutes. But the only thing I chose myself was I chose his romantic preferences. I gave him all the possibilities because I don't have many me's. As I said, I have 18 now. So I wanted to make sure there's as many options as possible. I was thinking of stopping playing Wildflowers because I didn't know if there's going to be any main quests anymore, but then there were, shortly after I said that, there was another main quest, so I'm still playing it. Obviously enjoying both video games a lot. As far as the music I listen to Kalani, Cat's Eye, and Sarah Landry. As far as the things I did, I went to the local mall a couple times and walked. I went out to eat a few times. I watched some Connecticut Sun basketball games. But there is something I want to touch on a little bit that is affecting my mental health some, and as I typically do with these type of discussions, I will put a little text in the lower left hand of the screen that says mental health discussion. My sister has been having some health issues for a while. I won't say exactly what they are, but she decided that she should see if she can get some help. So she decided to go to the emergency room at a local hospital. She was hoping to get admitted because she felt that would be the best way to get some care. And she was thinking of it for a few days, and I helped her with doing things like getting stuff together and packing stuff she was going to bring with her and things like that. Helping her get out when she was going to go. For reasons I won't get into, she can't right now very easily get in and out of a car, so she got a taxi, and so the driver could help her. So this is a little beyond the period of the video, because yesterday on May 31st, she did get taken to the emergency room. Ultimately, she was transferred to another hospital and admitted, but I just mentioned what's going on because the whole situation has been kind of a little difficult for me to deal with, enervating. Part of it is like for reasons I kind of am not at liberty to say. I can't really help her as I would like to. I mean, I help her as I can, but I can't help her as I would like to. So So that's been difficult. And one reason I want to mention that is that my energy level is kind of low right now, and that may show through in this video. If it did, apologies for that, but it may show through. But I wanted to record this video. And the ultimate, how long my sister's going to be hospitalized, what aftercare she needs or whatever, that's still to be determined. But it's the kind of thing that's kind of in the back of my mind. So just a difficult thing as a backdrop. I would be interested in knowing how your reading week went. If you'd like to let me know, please add a comment. Or if you'd like to add a comment related to the music you're listening to or video games you're playing, whatever. I'd be interested. Please add a comment. If you can't think of what else to comment, please add an emoji of your choice. I hope you have a wonderful reading week. I hope you have a wonderful week in general. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe. Please hit the bell to get notified when I upload future videos.